Very good morning and welcome to this Tuesday session of Yoga Online. Sit comfortably, roll the shoulders back, lift the armpits away from the hips, lift your ears away from the shoulders, create spacing. Take the arms out to the side, lengthen the wrists away from each other, turn the palms to face up, breathe in and raise up the arms. A full stretch of the sides of the trunk, lift the armpits, lift the rib cage. Feel the stretch at the sides and the back of the body. Join your palms together, release your thumbs to the sternum, roll the shoulders back. Focus on your breath. Feel the length of the sides of the trunk. Feel the length of the spine, the softness of the abdomen, and the openness of the chin. Bring your attention now to the breath. Begin by chanting Om 3 times. Take a slow, deep breath in. Om. Release your hands, open your eyes. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Lift the armpits, lift the wrist. Stretch the sides of the trunk. Keep breathing in as you lift the armpits. Stretch for a while. Keep breathing in and out. Release your arms in front of you. Change the bind of your interlock. Rotate at the wrist. Turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. Our palms in line with the ear. Now bring your attention to your sitting bones, both the sitting bones evenly on the support. Lift the sides of the trunk. Lift the armpits away from the hips. Lift the elbows away from the armpits. Lift the wrist away from the elbows. Feel the stretch in the arms and the sides of the trunk. Find the softness of your breath. Slowly release your hands to the sides. Place both your fingertips onto the floor and lift the trunk. Raise up the left arm. Feel the full stretch on the left side. And walk your right hand across. Now see that both buttock bones are evenly on the support. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Gaze forward. Now stretch the left armpit away from the hip while you pin the hip down. Feel the stretch on the left side of the trunk. Lengthen the wrist away from the armpit and feel the side stretch. As you breathe out, bend the right elbow and stretch across a little more. Pin the left buttock down and stretch the armpit away from the hip. To bring the left arm parallel to the floor and feel the stretch at the side of the sides of the trunk. Breathing to come up. Change sides. Raise up the right arm, a full extension with the right side. Walk your left hand across. Support the trunk with the palm. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. A full extension on the right side. Pin the right buttock down. Lengthen the armpit away from the hip. Lengthen the wrist away from the armpit. And on your next exhalation, bend the left elbow and stretch the right side. Both buttock bones firmly on your mat. And feel the stretch of the right side of the trunk. Keep the navel and sternum facing forward. Keep your gaze forward. Breathe them up. Roll the shoulders back. Maintain the distance between the hip and the armpit. Take your right hand behind you. Take your left hand over the right knee. Gaze forward. Now use your breath, a full breath in. And as you breathe out, move the navel, move the shoulder blades, and move the chin. Feel the length of the spine. Feel the length of the sides of the trunk without any strain. Feel the softness of the abdomen. And move your shoulder blades and chin. Each time you breathe out, feel the softness of the abdomen and the shoulder blades moving as you twist a little more. And change sides. Take your left hand behind you, take your right hand over the left knee, breathe in. And as you breathe out, move your navel, move your shoulder blades, and move your chin. Feel the softness of the abdomen as you twist. Keep twisting as you breathe out. Slowly release. Interlock your fingers once again, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms, a full extension of the sides of the trunk, soften the abdomen. Lift the armpits, pin the sitting bones down and lift the navel away from the floor. Lift the armpits, lift the elbows, lift the wrist. From here, stretch out your legs. Heels away from you, toes towards you. Press the backs of your thighs down, press the backs of your knees down as you lift the armpits away from the floor and lift the wrists. Slow release, roll the shoulders back, fold your legs in, wrap your fingers and palms around the knees, roll the shoulders, breathe in, lift the shoulders, breathe out and release. Breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. One more time, breathe in to lift. Breathe out and release. Now as you breathe in, move the navel and sternum forward and look up. And as you breathe out, move the navel back, move the shoulder blades back and tuck the chin in. One more time, breathe in, move the navel forward, lift the sternum and look up. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen, take the navel back, take the sternum back and drop the chin to the chest. One more time, breathing in, navel forward, lift the sternum and lift the crown of the head. Slowly release. Take both your hands over the right knee and with a gentle twist, turn the navel, turn the sternum. Now bend your elbows and take your navel down towards the thigh. But pin the buttock down. Both sitting bones are evenly on your support. If this is difficult for you, you can place your fingertips on the floor and release the navel and release the forehead towards the knee. And change sides. Firstly, wrap your fingers around the left knee, move the navel and move the sternum. As you breathe out, take the navel towards the thigh, rest the navel on the thigh, and take the forehead and the chin towards the knee. Breathe into the mouth. Wrap your fingers and palms around the knees once again, roll the shoulders back. Lift the sides of the trunk. Interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. As you breathe out, twist over to the right. both sitting bones evenly on the support. Breathe in back to center, and as you breathe out, twist over to the left, moving the navel, moving the shoulder blades, and moving the arm. Come back to center, a full stretch up, soften the abdomen. Breathe out and release your hands and come to stand. Come to stand with your feet hip width apart. Place your hands on your hips. Extend all 10 toes away from the heels. Stretch your feet. Push your thighs back to lock the legs. Take your arms out to the side. Turn the palms to face forward. Turn the palms to face up. As you breathe in, raise up the arms. A full extension from the heel to the hip. Lift the hip. An extension from the hip to the armpit. And from the armpit to the wrist. Spread your fingers. The feet press down. The thighs push back. Lift the hips away from the floor. Lift the armpits away from the hips and feel the full length of the body. Breathe out, release your hands onto the hips. Roll the hips back. Lift the hips away from the floor, push your thighs back, lock the legs. Interlock your fingers, once again rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms, up arms in line with the ear. And stretch the wrists, lift the armpits, lift the elbows. Breathing in, come onto your toes, lift the heels. Feel the full stretch of the body. And as you breathe out, release your heels to the floor, maintaining the height of the armpits. And breathe in and lift. Breathe out and release. Release your hands onto your hips. Roll the shoulders back and raise up the left arm. Place the right palm onto the thigh. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, gently stretch across towards the right side. Feel the stretch on the left side, from the hip to the armpit and from the armpit to the wrist. Navel and sternum faces forward, gaze forward. Breathe in to come up and change sides. Raise up the right arm, keep the left palm up to the side. Breathe in, and as you breathe out, slide the left palm down the thigh and stretch the right side across to the left. Exhalation to release. And come up. Roll the shoulders back. One more time, interlock your fingers, rotate at the wrist, turn the palms away from you. Breathe in and raise up the arms. A full extension on both sides of the trunk. And as you breathe out, bend over to the right. Stretch from the hip to the armpit, especially on the left side. Breathe in to come up. Full stretch. Breathe out and release. Over to the left. Breathe in to come up. One more time. To the right. Breathe in to come up. And to the left. Up. And release. Place your hands on your hips. Roll the shoulders back. And step your feet out apart. Turn your left leg out and turn your right leg out and place your right hand on the left thigh. Raise up the left arm. We're focusing on the side stretches once again. Put both your feet down, turn the navel and sternum to face forward. And as you breathe out, slide your right hand down the leg as you stretch across the left side. Stretch from the heel to the hip, from the hip to the armpit, and from the armpit to the wrist. A full stretch across. The left arm should be parallel to the floor. Feel that stretch. a full extension. Can you move the armpits away from the hips, lengthening the spine horizontally? From here, raise up the left arm straight. Feel the openness of the chest. Breathe into the palm. Over to the other side. Left leg out, right leg in. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Release your left palm onto the thigh and raise up the right. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide your left hand down the leg. Middle finger in line with the knee. As you stretch across, feel the stretch on the right side, from the heel to the hip. And from the hip, the armpit and the armpit to the wrist. Can you lengthen the armpits away from the hips, feeling the horizontal extension of the spine? From here, raise up your right arm. Turn the navel and sternum to face forward. Breathe into the heart. Turn your feet to face forward. Roll the shoulders back. Take your feet slightly further apart. And once again, turn your right leg out, your left leg in. Hip and trunk faces forward. Raise up the left arm, a full stretch on the left side. Place your right palm onto the right thigh. Breathe in. And as you breathe out, slide across. Can you get your palm towards the ankle and stretch across? Both legs are straight. Lengthen the armpits away from the hips. Feel the side stretch. Breathe in to come up. Over to the left once again. Left leg out, right leg in. Raise up the right arm. Left palm on the thigh. Slide the left hand down as you breathe out. And take your wrist towards the ankle. Turn the trunk to face forward, a full extension on the right side. Both legs are straight. Turn the navel and the sternum to face forward. Turn your feet to face forward. Roll the shoulders back. Toe heel, walk your feet hips width apart. Keep the arms extended. Raise up the arms once again for Uttanasana. Palms facing each other. Lengthen your wrists away from the armpits away from the hips. Turn your palms to face forward, interlock your thumbs and stretch up. Feel the length on the side of the body. With a slight bend in the knee, hinge at the hips and fold forward. Stretch the sides of the trunk towards the floor. If you can, place your fingertips on the floor and stretch the armpits away from the hips. Keep the abdomen soft. Breathe in to come up. Roll the shoulders back and come to kneel. Big toes touching, take your knees apart. Your hands across the right knee once again. Turn the navel and sternum to face the right knee. Walk your hands forward. Now the work is to pin the left hip and the left buttock down. You'll find that one side is easier than the other. And stretch the trunk over the thigh. At the same time, pin the left buttock down as you stretch over to the right. Can you breathe into the left side of the trunk as you stretch the trunk and stretch the armpit away from the hip? Both buttock bones evenly weighted on your heels. And over to the left. Turn the navel and sternum to face the left knee. Walk your hands forward. Walk your hands forward. Spread your palms. And pin the right buttock down as you release. Chin towards the knee. Feel the stretch on the right side. Walk your hands back and come to lie flat on your back. Come to lie flat on your back. Take your arms out to the side to form a T. Keep your knees up and your feet flat on the floor. As you breathe out, drop both your knees to the left. Look to the right. Can you feel the length on the right side from the hip to the armpit? Soften the abdomen and move the navel away. Move the navel towards the left. Slowly raise up your knees, release your gaze, and change sides. Lower both knees stacked to the right, look to the left. Feel the extension of the sides of the trunk, especially the left side. Slowly raise up your knees. Keep your feet flat on the floor. Now raise up your legs. Keep them straight. And now drop both your knees to the right. Both your legs to the right. Keeping them straight. And pin your shoulders down. Lengthen your wrists away from each other. And you move your left heel closer to the right heel. Both shoulders pinned down. Slight bend in the knee, draw your legs back. Straighten your legs up. Keep the legs straight. And drop both your legs to the left. Keep them straight and look to the right. Soften the abdomen. Pin the shoulders down. Slowly raise up your legs and draw both your knees in towards the chest. Soften the abdomen. Soften the abdomen. Lengthen your ears away from the shoulders. Feel the length of the spine. And draw your thighs in. The abdomen. Slowly release your feet onto the mat. Right leg. Keep the left leg up. With both hands, draw the left knee in towards the chest. And extend the right leg away from you. Change legs. Draw the right knee in towards the chest. And extend the left leg away. Keep the abdomen soft. Maintain the length of the sides of the trunk. Once again, draw both knees in towards the chest. Feel the length of the sides of the trunk. Feel your ears move away from the shoulders, maintain the length of the spine, and release the spinal column completely to the floor. Softness of the abdomen, the length of the spine. Feel the release of the lumbar spine towards the floor. Your knees there. Can you breathe out? Release the navel to the floor. Come your organs to the floor. onto the mat. Straighten your right leg, straighten your left leg. Roll the thighs away from each other, turn the palms to face. Feel the navel and the abdominal organs release to the floor as you breathe out. Place both your hands on the abdomen. Raise up your knees one by one, keeping your feet flat on the floor. Raise up your right arm all the way past the right ear. Roll over on your right side and press to come to sit. Come to sit in a comfortable posture. And feel the length of the sides of the tongue, especially from the hip to the armpit. Roll the shoulders back. Feel that the sides of the trunk have become long. There's a softness in the abdomen and an openness in the chest. Close your eyes and focus on the breath once again. A full breath in from the hip to the armpit. And as you breathe out, soften the abdomen. Breathe out, release your chin to the chest. Your hands and open yours. Thank you very much for joining us. Have a wonderful day, and we will meet tomorrow. Thank you.